Hello farmers, welcome back to East Vineland. Got the class area on out. Hooking on up to our seed drill because it's time to plant the fields. I've been around the fields, well, it was yesterday for me in real time, but I figured out the crop rotation for the year. And I just got to double check when I get to the fields because I kind of forgot what field needs what as for wheat and barley. So this field to our left, that's going to be sugar beet this year. According to crop rotation, that's the best one for sugar beet. The ones we had sugar beet and corn into, putting sugar beet back into those fields, that's not really good for us. Actually, one field was down to like 0.7 for a crop rotation. So I don't think it matters which field we do wheat and barley of the two cereal crop fields, but this is one that's going to be the cereal grain. Let me go back into here. So it's canola and then corn. Canola, then corn. Where was corn? Corn. Where's corn? It's here somewhere. I know it is. Let me find. There it is. And then it's going to be wheat or barley. I think it's the same for both wheat. Barley doesn't really matter in this field here. So I'd rather have more barley than wheat. But I think these fields are almost like the same size, so it shouldn't matter too much. Let's get this on out. We're going to have Frank, Francine, whoever wants to go ahead and plant this field. It's fine by me. Let's go ahead and create job. That field's already marked, so now we just got to come into here and do that. 3 headlands should be okay for this. Yeah, 3 headlands should be fine. Course is done. Lower this on down. Oh, I better make sure I'm selected to barley. That's, oh, was I on barley already? I may have been on barley already. Yes, I was on barley already. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Shouldn't take them too long to get this one done here. Just got to go past the starting point for course play. And then hire ourselves a worker. Oh, Francine. I prefer Francine out of all the workers. She does really, really good work. We need to teleport to the T8. And we need to go get the John Deere planter, which is right behind me. And we're going to plant sugar beet. Can't plant corn until next month. So that's not that big of a deal. Hook on up here. Okay, we need to switch this to sugar beet. And we'll go top off with some seed because I don't know if I'm going to need it all or not. It's nice having a silo up here that you can get your fertilizer, seed, and lime from. In bulk, too. On Solyndra, I don't think I'm close enough. Am I? Oh, we are close enough. Yeah, on Solyndra, just going back and forth to the store. Not that big of a deal. I've been buying bags in that one, and that takes a while of filling up. Maybe put that silo, if I can, on Solyndra just to fill up a little bit quicker. So just to show you the rotation on this one here, let's see, with soybean, then barley. Let's see, soybean, and then barley. And now we're planting sugar beet. 1.15. 1.15, I believe, is the highest rating you can get on crop rotation. I've never seen nothing higher than that. So, so sugar beet in this field this year won't be as good of a harvest as it was last year. But overall, it shouldn't be too bad here. Maybe get 500,000 liters of sugar beet. So the other big field, kind of in the direction we're pointing, that's going to be wheat. And then the cornfield is going to be right behind the beehives. And that is our 4 plantable fields. Now, as for the grass field, I've saved the game, quit the game, reloaded. And the new grass field, that pH value, I can't get that to do anything different. So I'm hoping that after we harvest the grass, I need to replant it to get our tillage score up for precision farming. I'm hoping just by replanting the field with the grass in our direct drill, maybe that'll reset the pH value in that field somehow. Not too sure. With the soil samples reading in the entire field, the fertilizer is reading in the entire field. Is this for some reason the pH value is not corresponding in the whole field? Gonna whip through this field here rather quickly. And once we get these fields planted, I think we are done for the month of March. We'll zip on into the month of April when we can plant our corn. And our 2 grass fields should be at full height to mow. And by doing so, we're going to be getting ourselves the big Crone M, I do believe, if I got the money, which I should have. We're already at 288,000. I think I just need another 100,000. I think that goes for 350. And if we need the money right up front, that's not a problem because we got diesel to go ahead and sell. But we got to buy ourselves a tanker for selling the diesel. And of course we got our Kubota mowers that we can sell as well. So a lot of upgrades this year because the money's coming in quicker and quicker as each year passes, as it should. And we should make some good money in the summertime this year because we got compost to sell. And that should bring in, I think, I'm going to say $150,000 at some point. I was going to say, is that arm going to hit the pole? Apparently not. Went right through it. And of course, also in April, we're going to have to fertilize the 3 fields that we're planting today. Now here's where I did the oopsie last year when I was putting down gravel. Oh, I forgot there are stones here. Alright, so there's not many stones here. Not much to worry about. I forgot to pick up the stones in that part of the field. I did them in all the other fields that I plowed, but I forgot to come over here and pick up those stones. Doesn't hurt your equipment that much. And at this point, of course, we're doing sugar beet. I'll have to plow this field after harvest this year, so I can get those stones next time. I also want to put down the barn for the bales. I want to put that down by the pig pen. I think that'd be a good place for it because we got the big grass field down there, and all of our grass bales will be fermenting and turned into silage bales, and we can then just dump them into the bale barn, as we'll call it. And that way I don't have to buy more land up here to put the barn down. Although I think I got more room behind the big shed that we put down. And I also want to put down a shed down there as well for grass cutting. So I can park the big M down there. Maybe the baler. Still going to keep the grass field up here, although at one point I did say I was going to probably get rid of it. But since I don't have anything to put there currently, we'll just keep it a grass field. And with the big M mowing and the baler behind it, it's not going to take me long to cut that grass. No one likes a field with weeds in it, so it's definitely going to be nice to see this field for a little while with no weeds growing in it still. They'll come back though. Now we shouldn't get actually any weeds in the other 3 fields because we plowed those fields, which will eliminate the weeds for a year. But we'll get weeds in this field. Just a couple more passes with this drill and the sugar beet will be planted. Don't you like it when the remaining width to get a field done is the same width as your implement? It's always good. But then again, it's always frustrating when you're left with about 1 meter width-wise, and you have to make a special trip up and down another field just because of that 1 meter. Although I'm not really done yet. I got this little section over here, but it's always satisfying when you see a working width and it's almost the same size as the implement. Yeah, I was just checking the calendar because I thought, well, maybe what I'll do is, after Francine gets done planting that barley, I thought about just skipping to the month of April, and I'll plant wheat in the other big field, or she can plant wheat in the other big field while I'm doing the grass cutting in April. But yeah, wheat, the only month you can plant wheat is March, apparently. So yeah, wheat and barley is March only. Yeah, so I hardly use any seed here. I wonder if there's any contracts for planting since we got the planter out. Let me have a look here under contracts. We got cultivating, sowing. Here's one for $20,000, and they want cotton planted for $20,000 to plant cotton. This can plant cotton, can it not? It should be able to. Yes, it can. $20,000. Let me go ahead. Details on. It's going to cost me, apparently, according to this, it's going to cost me roughly about $3,700 for seed. I mean, that's fine. Let's go ahead. We'll accept that contract because I got to wait for Francine to finish that one over there. And let's see, nothing else. So the sowing contracts with the contracting mod does not show me what it wants me to plant. Unlike the harvesting contracts, it'll say harvesting. They don't say what type of crop it is. Field 97's canola as well, but it's not paying that much. All right, field 113. That's way down the southeast corner. It should be this lovely one right here. So I'm going to top off with seed. We're going to go down there and start planting some cotton. Well, I might want to repair the planter when I get done with this field here because it's loaded with stone. But it's not going to hurt it, like I said, that much. But still, this is a big field and a lot of stone. Kind of interesting that there's no available variable seed rate for cotton, apparently. Or does the field need to be soil sampled to know the variable seed rate? I don't remember. Either way, we got the cotton going on in. It'll be a cool $16,000 in our back pocket when we get done. Well, technically 20, but it's saying roughly about $4,000 for the seed. I'm just hoping I get the whole field done with the seed that I have. I don't want to have to make a trip. I'm not going to make it back to the farm. I'll go down to the store and buy it. But I'm pretty sure maybe by the time I get done with this, Francine will be done planting the barley. Then I'll get her over to the other field and she can start planting the wheat. And by the time we get done with this, we should be able to go back. We'll grab the Kubota mowers, bring that on down to the store and sell directly to the store because you get a little bit of a bonus. At least I think you do. We did in 19. I can't remember if I tested it in 22 now or not. But I'll see what the mowers sell outright, but then we'll bring them down to the store to see if we get more. I think we do. I'm like 90% sure on that, but sometimes that 10% you're unsure about things, that's where you get you. Alright, so we're already 10% done in this field. But we should be over $300,000 when we get this job done, which is great. So we're getting closer to that $380,000 for the Krone Big M. I won't buy that until tomorrow because just in case it comes up for sale, you just never know, do you? So this is going to take me a little while. Not too bad though. The biggest field on the map, I do believe. But we got a decent sized planter here, and the T8's hauling it at the correct speed. So everything's going good. Just a little over halfway with the cotton field, but Francine finished planting the barley, so I want to get someone start planting the wheat. And before I do that, I think topping off our drill with some more seed would be kind of wise. I already got the crop on wheat. And in case I didn't explain it before, the reason why I'm doing wheat in one field, barley in the other, not barley and barley or wheat. If I want to go ahead and make grain in the grain elevator into flour, if I made it all one crop, it would take longer than doing wheat and barley. I would have less of each, but I can produce wheat flour and barley flour at the same time and go through a little bit quicker. I do think this field's probably a little bit bigger. Alright, the question of the day is who's going to be taking over this job here? Create job. No, we're not down field 113. We're up to here. Field position is here. And go that way. Make sure you do 3 headlands. And go ahead and get started. Get a worker going. Well, it kind of looks like a Frank, so that's Frank. You'll be doing that. So I need to hop on back on down to the T8 and continue what I was doing. So yeah, I'm about a little over 60% done somewhere in that general area. I'm probably going to have to go buy some seed, but the job's getting done. It's taking a little while, but I got time waiting for Frank and Francine to get those 2 fields done so we can skip to the month of April. But yeah, I'm going to have to go buy some seed because I'm not 70% done with this job and I only got 30% seed left. So I'm going to have to buy a little bit anyways. Almost ready to finish this up. I don't know how much of the field I need to get done. But yes, I had to go buy a bag of seed for 800 bucks, so not too bad. And that gave me 1,000 liters, so yeah, I don't know how short I would have been. Meaning a full tank of seed on here wasn't quite enough for the field, but looks like it was going to be short. Maybe, I hope I can get it done with 1,000 liters that I bought. I should be able to. Probably going to end up with like 400 liters left. Actually, no, I'm done now. I don't have to do the rest of the field, so we're good there. So I left with, so I was short about 370 liters of seed. Either way, I mean, it's seed I'm going to use, but I had to make a trip all the way down to the store to get it. Let's go ahead and finish up this contract here. And right there, collect it for 20 grand. That's always good. Some fertilizing contracts are coming up, but nothing. I'm going for like big contracts at this point. I'm not going to be doing the small stuff. Let's see. How is Frank getting along up there? All right, not too bad. So by the time I get back to the farm, repair the planter, then of course we're going to grab the butterfly mower and the front end mower of the Kubota. Bring that on down to the store. We'll sell that. And get ready for the month of April to do some grass cutting, replanting grass in that field, planting some corn, probably spreading some fertilizer in the fields. Not all this episode, but that's what we need to get done next month anyways. Just trying to think ahead a little bit. Home sweet home. I already got set for corn for planting our next field. And I'm going to top it off with some seed. Close that on up, and let's go ahead and repair the planter. Now, some wear and tear came from our sugar beet field that we just planted. But I'm going to assume like 90% of the wear is going to be Yeah, that's where I put that ramp. Kind of forgot about that. Yeah, a lot of this wear and tear is going to be from the rocky field that we just went ahead and planted. Only 226. And the T8, yeah, I'll repair that. And I'm going to leave this right outside because I'll be using it very soon. Just drop that off right there. I'm not going to bother washing it either until we're all done with it. Alright, the Kubota mowers. Getting the Chrome Big M's is going to free up a lot of working material and get jobs done a lot quicker. Alright, so when I get down to the store, we'll see how much it would have been if I just sold it directly. And then we'll put it into the trigger and sell it that way and see how much we get for them. I will go up here and double check. I'm sure I repaired the mowers at the end of last year. Let's just be sure that they're up to spec. Could be wrong. I may have put them away without having repaired them. That's fully repaired, and that's fully repaired. The paint, not too concerned about the paint. And I'm hoping, I think when I looked, I think the combination of the two, if I sold them directly, I was going to get like somewhere in the vicinity of 50,000. But we'll see here in just a moment. Alright, so we go in the store to the garage, go down to mowers. $39,000 for the butterfly and $10,000 for the front. So pretty close to $50,000 we would get if I sold it just directly. But instead, we're going to go to here. And now I'm getting for the front mower $10,600. Let's go ahead and sell the front mower. Make sure I'm on the mower, not the T8. That'd be kind of bad. And I was going to get $39,000, but I'm getting $43,300. So, I mean, if you're really into the money and trying to get it the more bang for your buck, bringing it down to the store is definitely worthwhile. So the next thing is while we're still waiting for Frank to get done with that wheat field, I'm going to go back to the farm. I'm going to grab the baler and bring that on down to the bigger grass field. Get that ready for the Big M tomorrow, so we can go ahead and start making some grass bales and eventually be turned into, well, silage bales with the Anderson wrapper. Frank has got about 2 more passes here on the wheat field and he'll be done, and we can move on to the month of April. While I was waiting for him, I was doing the farm manager type thing, and I was looking at some fields, and there are a lot of good sugar beet fields around here this year, especially up in our corner. We got the field right behind ours that we just planted with sugar beet. That's got sugar beet into it. Field 61's got sugar beet. Field 67's got sugar beet. So if we have enough cash later in the year, we might go ahead and purchase one of those fields. We'll have to wait and see. Another thing I activated today because it was recommended to me, and I've seen it on the mod hub, is this mod right here called the Time Saving Stock Check. This basically will show you everything that you have in stock on your farm and the current price that it goes for. What the value of it is, where's the best price to bring it to at that current time, and you can see the max price and the max value and the max month to sell it. This one says now, which I don't think the eggs are the best price in March, but see, the other ones are highlighted in green that say March. One that threw me off for a little bit was the compost, because it said compost is selling for $110. I go, geez, compost usually goes for about $1,100. And you can see the max price is actually $12.64. The best time to sell it is September. So it's a nice little mod to kind of show you if you just want to know, instead of having to go to the marketplace and seeing what market, where, when's the best time to sell it. This mod does kind of nicely. So you can kind of see in our diesel which I may sell next month. We'll have to wait and see. You can see we got 88,000 liters in stock. The price currently is $12.57, and the max price is $12.50. So the best time to sell it is right now. And you can see I could get $111,000 worth for diesel, although I don't have a tanker for that yet. But yeah, nice little model. We'll keep it on going here. The thing that kind of gets me, I was hoping to see, is the electric charge. That's actually on here, but it doesn't show the pricing. It just says max price $349, max value $101. Because I was trying to see if it would be worth it if I took the diesel in our fuel refinery and made electricity. Yeah, I don't have a really good way to calculate that to see if it's actually worth it. I'm sure it might be, but I think we're just going to go ahead and sell the diesel right up front here. If you want to know what I'm talking about, if I go to the fuel refinery, I could go ahead and just take the diesel and make electric charge. Actually, no, I think I'm going to take the methane because I got 3,000 liters of methane. 1 liter of methane makes 25 liters of electricity. Instead of having me buy a tanker to transport the methane, let's go ahead and we'll activate that. We'll get a little bit of extra cash from electricity. But we'll go ahead and activate that and let that be for a while. And we'll actually get a little bit more money from the electricity. Frank is done with this field here. And let's see how good he did. If we scroll into the field, missed a few spots down here. The corners, yeah, the corners with course play, at least the way I set it up, always misses some. And the barley field, well, Francine did a heck of a job there. A little spot here and a little spot there, but nothing to be too much in a worry about. All right, so we are done planting for the month of March, and in April, of course, we got the corn. But we're going to go ahead and get right into the month of April to buy the big Krone M. I need 380,000. We're at 365. I should get enough money from the solar panels in the next few hours to go ahead and be able to buy that in the morning. But we'll have to wait and see. So, yeah, unless it comes up for sale in the afternoon hours here, which, you know, very unlikely, I'll just see you in the morning of April with a new big Krone M, and we'll put that to work. Well, Rise and Shine Campers, almost $400,000 in the bank account, and apparently the sheep's milk is full again. I forget about that now and then. Actually, I forget about it all the time. So I'll have to go ahead and fill up the tanker with the sheep's milk later on. But we have enough cash to buy the mower. Before I do, nothing really new here. Well, these two things are new, but the only thing we were looking for was this right here. And the reason why this big Krone M is a little bit special, it's got a PTO shaft on the back, so we can go ahead and put our baler right on the back of that. And I'm not going to make any changes to it. I can get a bigger engine. How much more is the engine? So we go to from a 603. So we get about another 54 horsepower, which I don't think we're going to need. So we're going to leave everything as is. Let's go ahead and buy it. Leaving us $16,000 in the bank account, which is just fine. Not enough to buy ourselves the tanker and sell the diesel fuel, though. Let's teleport on down to here. And our new mower. Our grass field should be ready. I don't think I can change the mode, swath mode, until it unfolds. But it's a bigger working width than the Kubota that we had. The working speed should be a little bit quicker. And of course the main thing is I can hook up a baler right to the back of this thing. So mowing and baling at the same time. In a way, I mean, I could have done that mowing and baling at the same time before. It would just take both of my tractors. The T8 would be mowing and the Class would be go ahead and baling on up. There we go. How about that? Nice little setup, isn't it? Let's go ahead and we'll unfold the baler. Lower that down. Turn that on. Switch over to the big Crone M. We don't want wide spreading. We want left swath, right swath, widespread, swath dropping. That's all we want. $10 an hour. I thought that would be a little bit faster than that. Could it be that the baler's taking that much horsepower away from us? What is the working speed of this? Uh, 15 miles an hour. Alright, so maybe in the future I could upgrade the engine and get, I don't know, more max speed out of it. But really, 10 miles an hour, that's the speed that the Kubota would mow at. So we are slowing down a little bit here and there. Yeah, so maybe when I sell the diesel fuel, I'll upgrade the engine, and this gives, you know, I didn't think that was going to be a big difference. Being 500 some odd horsepower, I'm like, well, the baler only requires about 230, somewhere in that general area. Baler looks like it's picking up all the swath right behind it, except for when I make corners. Yeah, but we get all the bales off this year. So we're going to have plenty of silage bales to go ahead and sell when winter comes. But we got to wait another 9 months for that to happen. And then, of course, every once in a while, if a contract comes up in the other two grass fields, which I did not check. Let's see here. Supply and transport, spraying, fertilizing, baling in field 94. Make silage bales. Well, we're going to accept that contract. And we don't need any of your equipment, so we can do it all on our own. But I want to take care of my field first. Now, I'm hoping just by getting one headland done around the field, our precision farming scoring on this field was 34. But now that we're harvesting the crop after it's been fertilized and, well, somewhat put some lime down, I'm hoping that score goes way up. So when I go to sell the diesel fuel, I'm hoping later on in this month we can get a better percentage of the money. I think we get a 9% bonus right now, and before we were up around 14. Should be making 240 liter bales. Yep, 240s. And I already brought the Anderson wrapper on down. This is bogging down the speed in the Big M more than I thought it would. You think 550 horsepower would be enough to run the Big M itself and the baler. And by the way, this mod you can find on the mod hub. We are missing a little bit of the swath though, which seems kind of weird. Wonder why that is. Maybe the pickup on the baler isn't as wide as the swath apparently. So I'll probably go around later on and pick up the little pieces here and there if there's enough of them. But I was not expecting our speed, working speed, to be almost cut in half because of the baler. Now, of course, I could just go ahead and take the baler off, mow the field with the Big M, and have a worker follow behind me in the T8 and pull in the baler. Actually, you know what's going to slow me up? I think the working speed of the baler is only... If the working speed of the baler is only 10, that's why our max speed would be 10. Yeah, so the working speed of the baler is 10. So, yeah, I bet you, you know, that's what's slowing us down mostly. Don't know why that just came to my mind. It's like your working speed is going to be whatever the slowest implement is that you have. Although we were slowing down to 7 miles an hour on the other side of the field a little bit. So by doing the other contract that I just took, that should give us enough money to buy the tanker to sell our diesel fuel. And by selling the diesel fuel, that'll give us enough money to go ahead and make a few upgrades today if we want to. We got plenty of work to be done today. And we got plenty of work to be done all season. But really in the last year on the farm, we've been upgrading a lot of material, a lot of equipment, putting down more buildings, and hopefully we can do more of that this year. I want to go ahead and get ourselves a bigger animal trailer, even though I really hardly used the one that we got. But I'm thinking it might be time to sell some pigs. I think a couple of our pigs have maxed out in their value, so I might want to go ahead and sell them because they're going to require a lot of pig food, and I may not have enough for them. But that is a good amount of grass that we're leaving behind on that swath over there. It's weird that it's constantly leaving it more grass on the right side of the baler than the left side. Oh well, grass ain't going to go anywhere. It's not going to decompose like it did in 19. So it'll just stay right there. I could buy a windrower and get the whole field and make a nice swath here and there to limit the amount of swaths that I have. Yep, upgrading the engine and the big Pro-Nem is going to help us out because we are slowing down a little bit on this side of the field, which seems weird because it looks like we're kind of going downhill. You think it would maintain the speed relatively well. Even here it's 7 miles an hour, so maybe that extra 50 horsepower will get us and keep us at max speed of 10. But if I were to take the baler off, this thing would have hit 16 miles an hour, no problem whatsoever. The problem would be if I had the T8 following me with the baler, the worker can only go at 10 miles an hour, and if I get too far ahead of the worker, they will quit because they can only keep so many points of interest on the map. So as you move ahead in front of the worker, there's little arrows that get pointed down for the worker to follow. And if you get up to too many, it's too much for the mod to handle, and the worker just stops. And as for wrapping the bales, what I'll probably do is I'll grab the bales with our baling trailer, our auto stacker, and I'll bring them over to the Anderson, and of course we'll keep using the telehandler to load them on in. And we'll make a nice long sausage here. Then I'll have to bring it on down to the other grass field for the other contract. I'm going to try to get some of this field done in between episodes. And next episode, I gotta remind myself to plant that cornfield, and maybe even get done with the contract field so I can get that money there. But I want to make sure I get this field done first Unless the score has already changed. Let me see if the score has changed on the field. Let's see here. Where are we? Soil types? That's yield. Nitrogen pH value is not doing anything there. Ah, so our score went up all the way up to 77. So the good news is, it says the pH value is at 100%, and the fertilizer is at, well, is near 100%. So the only thing that was killing me a little bit was the weeds, because I couldn't take care of the weeds and the tillage. So after we get done cleaning up this field here, I'm going to replant grass in this field, and we'll get the bottom bar down here at 50% up to 100%. And then, of course, I can take care of the weeds by bringing the spot sprayer down here and spraying the field of weeds. But now we are getting a bonus of 12% instead of 9%, so that's a 3% difference already. So I don't have to get the whole field done completely before I sell the diesel fuel. So I can kind of move over to that contract, get that done, get the money from the contract, buy the tanker, go sell the diesel. But yet here I am explaining over and over again what I want to do next episode. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and see it next episode for sure. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in East Vineland. But until then, have a good one.